I'm Lance with Ultimate Canine, and today we're going to talk about some of the most important things that go with dog training. So, the number one thing that has to happen with dog training is consistency. If you are not consistent with your dog and working with your dog towards the goals that you have, it's going to be really hard to reach those goals. You're trying to train a communication chain that's not a dog's primary communication chain, which is verbal communication, to the dog, so you have to be consistent to do that. Just like if we were using a foreign language, that's our primary communication chain from people, and I've taken many foreign language courses and it's very hard for me to remember and do that correctly. So for a dog to do it is very, very special. So when you're teaching a dog to learn a different language from a different species, the consistency that you have to do to have that communication chain be solid between you and your dog is very important, and that takes work and that takes management. Otherwise it's going to go away, just like any skill that we have. We need to practice it, especially if it's an intense skill like a foreign language or high-level mathematics or calculus or something like that. Consistency is very, very important. Just like if you go to the gym, you have to be consistent to get results. There's other components to working out that you have to do very consistently to get results, and that's to eat correctly and have a good diet to either lose the weight or to put on the muscle. It's all consistency, but those are paired things that you have to put together to get those results, and dog training is very similar. So as important as consistency is, timing is very, very, very important. And not just timing in general for when you give the command, the timing of when you praise the dog and how you praise the dog for the appropriate behavior they give back to you is very, very important to mark or to teach the dog what is correct. And if you're going to use a correction, that correction has to be timed very correctly, or you can really mess your dog up. For instance, if the dog is in a process of problem solving out what the correct answer is and you correct the dog during that time, you could be correcting the proper thought process. Or if you try to mark a behavior and your marking, like with a clicker, is incorrect because you get too excited, you could be marking a half sit or a down where the elbows aren't touching. So that timing can mess you all up, and it can mess you up for a long time. So consistency and timing are two of the most important elements in all of dog training. And in order to get that, it's a good idea to practice, and practice by yourself without your dog. You should have a plan before you go out and train. What am I going to work on today? What am I working towards today? What problems does the dog have in this environment? How am I going to tackle them? What if this goes wrong? Then what am I going to do? Yes, there's always adjustment on the fly as you train, when your dog will show you behavior that maybe you haven't seen, or they do something a little bit different and you have to back up and fix that behavior or work on that behavior. And training goals are very different from somebody that just wants a dog that hangs out with them and can sit sometimes and has door manners, compared to somebody that wants to step on a world stage in some sort of obedience sport or protection sport like Schutzhund or PSA, something like that. So everybody's goals are different, but no matter what your goals are, whether it's to lose 1 pound or 100 in the gym, consistency is key. It's just how good do you want to get and how far do you want to go. Thanks for watching.